Well, hello everyone, the Ontario Gardener here, back with another Turkey Day update automation tutorial. Now, this video, we're going to go over the Affogato. I think that's how you pronounce it, the Affogato. Basically what that is you take coffee and you add a scoop of vanilla ice cream to it. And you say, okay, that's cool. Now, it is locked behind the other desserts. At the time of the recording of this video, that may be changed at a later time, but at the time of the recording of this video, the ice cream or the Affogato is locked behind the ice cream and the coffee. I'm sure they'll be changed, but the recording at the time of the recording, I'm just putting this out there because it will change. It doesn't affect how you automate it, so we're going to get right into that. Now, you can automate this fairly easily with two methods. The first method is using one coffee machine. The other one method is using two. Does it make it quicker? No. Does it make any smaller footprint? No, as well. So the first one is using you're only using one coffee machine, because typically if you don't have coffee, if you don't have coffee automated, you'll have one. And I mean, the simple way to automate coffee, if you have one machine, is do a loop. All you gotta do is make a loop. That's all you need to do. Make a loop. And then this has to be a smart grabber then, of course. So basically what you need is your bin set to, you can't have it set to anything but vanilla. A regular grabber going into a combiner. The combiner combines it into the coffee instantly. Obviously, it won't combine into the coffee when there's an empty coffee pot there, a coffee cup, and you have a smart grabber set to the Affogato. So you basically move this out of the way, you do one run, and then you reset it, and you put it back. And then we have this a frozen prep station. You could use a regular prep station. Again, it doesn't matter. This is actually fairly quick, and this, again, is a dessert dish. So let's just get right into it. I'll show you how this one works, having one. Basically, you're looping everything around here. That's all you're doing. So it takes a couple seconds. As soon as you get an extra one, it's filled up, boom, Affogato one. And then it's going to continue to cycle that way, because the way the corner grabbers work is they grab through the coffee machine to pull out one that's not like a fresh one, which is kind of, the mechanics are kind of wonky with that, but it's just how it's set up at this point. And there you go. This one's going to sit there. This one's going to sit here. Now this likely will pull this one down. Actually, it won't. There you go. It won't pull it down because it's going to sit right there. You take one off, it's going to go like that, and you can keep pulling it like this, because the way it works is that these all will have a coffee cup on them. There's no way to get around that, because the Affogato won't make before another empty cup is automatically pulled. So this is a pretty easy way. You are looking at a 4x3 block though. You have a couple dead spaces here. You could actually put another prep station here with another corner grabber here pulling off if you really wanted to, maximize your space. But that's how you do it with one coffee machine. Now you say, okay, well, I have two coffee machines. Well, how do you do that? Well, pretty simple. Basically, get rid of these ones which you don't need, and you have your second coffee machine. Basically, you're putting this right like this. How you typically would do auto coffee, you'd have one machine pulling an empty cup into the second one. As soon as the empty cup hits, it automatically will fill it. You wouldn't need a smart grabber if you're doing this method without the Affogato, of course. So we're going to keep using the smart grabber. So let's just run this. Basically, it's a little bit quicker, I guess, because you don't have to cycle the cups, but I mean, it's negligible, because if you look at it, dessert is going to be your last dish. If anything, it'll be your second dish. You have a main and then a dessert, or if you have a starter, you have to get through two other dishes before you get to this. So there's no way you're not going to have this right away, especially if you do a little bit of prepping with a frozen prep. And there you go. Short and sweet and simple. This is probably my go-to layout. This is basically a 2x4, 8 square. The other one turns it into a 3x4, which is a 12 square if you're counting, like not individual blocks, but as a whole. So, but it depends. Sometimes you can't get a second coffee machine, so it's good that you could actually do this with just one coffee machine. But I'll leave it up to you guys which methods you want to use. I mean, you could probably even do something like this. I don't know let's just try this. I don't know what this is even going to do. Is this going to make it any faster, or is this going to kind of break it? No, this is fine. So, I mean, not that you are going to do this. I'm saying you're not going to do it. But basically, the way it works is if you want it from switching from one to the other, is you're basically removing two corner grabbers, or you're adding one coffee machine. That's all basically you're doing. That's different from one to the next. So again, if you can get your hands on two grabbers or two corner grabbers, do that method. If you can get your hands on one extra coffee machine, go that method, because it obviously is a little bit less space. But there you go. Quite simple if you ask me. This is the new dessert called Affogato. It's apparently Italian from what I was told. But yeah, it's a fun dish to do. Really quite simple to automate. You know, the only catch here is you got to make sure you have your bin set to vanilla ice cream. And of course, the grabber will grab out whatever it's set to. Now, again, you may say, well, just use a smart grabber and you can set it to whatever you want. No, you can only pull ice cream out of the bin that has the lid open. So even if this says, if this is a smart grabber right here, this one, whoop, I don't want to ping it. There you go. If this is a smart grabber and this is set to vanilla or chocolate or strawberry, it will not pull a vanilla because the bin is technically not open. So that's the only kind of thing, the way ice cream has a little bit weird mechanic is all bins aren't open. You have to cycle through them to pull what you want. But again, other than that, quite simple. This is the Affogato dish. If you enjoyed this video, I like saying Affogato. I think that's the thing. I like saying, if you enjoyed this content, please consider leaving me a like as well as a comment on the video. And if you're enjoying all my new automation tutorials as well as the Turkey Day update and all my other content, please consider leaving a subscribe. We'd much appreciate it. I'll catch you guys in the next Turkey Day automation tutorial. Take care now.